We begin with breaking news here at 4:30. Shon Pernice has pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter in the death of his wife, Renee. She was last seen January 1st, 2009. Pernice said today in court the two had a fight on January 2nd, 2009. He says he hit her head. She fell down the stairs and died. So far, it's not known where her body is. His trial was scheduled to start next week. Jake Peterson's been covering this afternoon. An emergency hearing held this afternoon. Jake, what's the latest?
Yeah, the emergency hearing was supposed to be about some evidence that both sides wanted suppressed, two different pieces of evidence. Turns out they reached a plea agreement. Shon Pernice guilty of voluntary manslaughter. I want to show you, if you can see right down there, this really just now wrapping up. The family talking to members of the media, telling us they are relieved that Shon Pernice will spend some time in prison, anywhere between 5 and 15 years is what the sentencing is. They're telling us that they knew all along that he did this and that he was guilty. Now, again, we are just now speaking to attorneys about how they came to this conclusion. They said within the last week they came to this conclusion. We will also learn by sentencing where Renee's body is. But one of the defense attorneys telling us that it will not be recovered, but we will find out where it's at coming up in the coming months. But May 11th is the sentencing. We are gathering all of the information, and we'll have more in about 10 minutes. But for now, we're live here in Liberty. Jake Peterson, 41 Action
All right,
News.
Jake, we'll let you get back over there. More coming up throughout the evening, of course. And we do want to take Shon Pernice has just pleaded guilty to the voluntary manslaughter. Russ Patasic now to talk about some of the history here. Hi, Russ.
Hey, Krista, right as you were getting into this breaking coverage, we just got an announcement from the TIPS hotline. This just literally came in about a moment ago. We'll get into that background on the story in just a moment. But this just in, the family of Renee Pernice, missing since January 2009, has decided to retract the $25,000 reward that they had offered for locating their daughter, or an arrest in this case. Of course, with the guilty plea, there is certainly no reason for information leading to an arrest in this case, but this is a significant development that the family is no longer offering a reward for the assistance in locating the body. We have had no word as to whether Pernice provided information as to where that body may be. Now, going back to the background on this story, until today, Shon Pernice was scheduled to stand trial for murdering his wife. Renee had started to divorce Pernice, but that divorce was never finalized before she vanished January 2nd, 2009. A police affidavit indicated that he was a firefighter and National Guardsman and that he made inconsistent statements to them. Police said when they responded to the disappearance, he actually refused to let them in the house. Police and volunteers searched the woods for her. Family members handed out posters, but she has never been found as far as we know at this point. We're hoping to get more information from family and prosecutors about that shortly. Many family members had held on to hopes that she was still alive, but during the investigation, prosecutors said there was growing evidence that she was dead, and on May 4th, 2010, they indicted Pernice for murder. Now, a year ago, Renee's father told 41 Action News he no longer believed she was alive and just needed closure. He said the couple's children remain, quote, an easement to the pain, referring to the kids as a bright light. Today, Pernice confessed and pleaded guilty. Live in the newsroom, Russ Patasic, NBC Action News.